absolute pleasure to be here. We're at McLaren headquarters, which was actually a scene in the movie. What's it like to be back here after having such success with the film?
It's really cool, actually, to be back here. I mean, I love this space, and it was sort of an inspiration for Etion, the bad guy's lair in the movie. So, there's a soft spot for the bad guy's lair in my heart here at McLaren. Yeah.
Awesome. And obviously this is a bit different to some of the other movies that you've made before, Deadpool, Atomic Blonde. How was it coming into the franchise and putting your own spin on it after there being so many successful films before it?
It's a little daunting, I know, when you come into something that's so beloved from fans, with fans. But, I did it with Deadpool too. Deadpool was like such a beloved franchise, and then you had to step in and like be true to it and true to the character, and then make it your own. And so I knew that as long as I was, we took that route, we could do something great here. And I think we did something similar in the sense, like, we're really true to Hobbs and Shaw's DNA. We're true to the Fast DNA, but I made it my own film and added a brush of comedy and put my style of action in it in different components. And so it's definitely got my flair. And so it was good. It's satisfying for me as an artist, and it's great to have an audience that wants to see your film, And
I managed to, I didn't see it theatrically, actually. I saw it on a home entertainment release, which is obviously what we're here for.
Okay.
And I managed to stay away from all of the spoilers of the sort of cameos and stuff. I'm not going to spoil anything for anyone, but how did you manage to keep them a secret for so long, and was that a real struggle?
It was a real struggle, actually. Even all the way to, the marketing campaign, in a sense. Like, it's like, when you have this loaded gun, and you want to fire it, right? But for me, I was really and the marketing team was great. It's like, can we just hold off and let the audience experience it, and not like, it's seductive to want to show it and get more butts in the seats. But ultimately, I think that withholding it respected the audience, and then hopefully they came out by word of mouth and those things, especially Ryan and Kevin. Like, how fun are they?
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. They were perfect in those two roles.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you what the biggest challenge of the film was, but I think I already know, and it's probably getting Dwayne, Jason, and Vanessa all into one of these cars. What was that like to shoot? That must have been quite fun.
It was fun, and I remember, I'd come up with this idea that they're all jammed in it, and that's sort of this physical comedy moment. And I remember that Dwayne got the set, and I don't think he'd really put it all together until he was standing in front of the car. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, seriously? I'm like, get in, buddy. Let's go. Like, here you go. They surprisingly all fit. It wasn't comfortable, but we made it work.
Did you have to take seats out and things, or how does it work?
No, we actually had the real car on the stage on a gimbal, and they were honestly just get in. I mean, Vanessa, it was really, she's had to scrunch down and like kind of be from the back, and it was like, it took a while to get them in. Like, it never would have happened in the action scene where they just piled in. Yeah. That was not going to happen. But if you notice, there's a nice convenient cut. Yeah. They open the door, and then next thing they're in the car.
I guess for lunch they don't break, they just have it in the car.
You're
right?
just like, yeah, we're not getting out.
And you're obviously a stuntman as a background before directing. What do you miss most about that? And do you wish you could ever go back and do some of the stunts? I know you were a helicopter pilot in this one. Yeah,
I mean, I wasn't really the pilot. I was the guy that gets thrown out of the helicopter. Well, I think that what I miss about being a performer and actually in the stunt world is just like, you get to focus on the one thing. You come in, you focus on your gag and you execute it, and everybody's like, yay, and then you're off for the day. I think a directing job is like 24/7. It really does it's all consuming, and that's a luxury, but it's also a curse. And like, I'll say more luxury in that I love making movies, but I sometimes look at the stunt team having fun, and I'm like, have the pressures of the studio and the budget and the actors and the set pieces all around me, and I'm like, man, if I could just, one, get hit by the car and then go home, man, that'd be awesome. I remember those days. So
the good old days.
The good old days.
And you mentioned Vanessa. I mean, what a talent she is. And I think I hadn't seen Mission Impossible before I saw this film, and obviously The Crown. Was so good.
Yeah.
What was it about her that was just so perfect for the role?
Well, I mean, she's a great actor. She has a sort of a great energy to her. She really did feel in Shaw's sort of world to me. And like we flew her to Atlanta when Dwayne was on Jungle Cruise, and we had a chemistry read, and her and Dwayne hit it off as well. And so she was really hands down the best fit. And I also liked her enthusiasm to learn the action and like to dive into the role, you know, physically and mentally.
Awesome. And just finally, I can't go on your IMDb. It says you're up for Enter the Dragon is on the list. Is that actually happening? And what's your take going to be of that?
I can't say exactly where it stands now, but you know, I'm a huge fan of you know, that movie. But I'm also a Bruce Lee fan, and my martial arts lineage is Jeet Kune Do, and so I studied Jeet Kune Do with Dan and Asano. So all of Bruce Lee's movies are sort of close to my heart. So if we get the opportunity to take it on in a respectful way, then it'd be really exciting.
Brilliant. I really hope that happens.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time today.
It'd be cool.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yeah.
Nice.
Hey,